You know, when you really dig into these old texts, it's like they hit you right where you live. Today, we're diving into Nephi's words.
Specifically, 2 Nephi chapter 11.
Yeah, chapter 11. I mean, it's amazing how these words from, like 2,600 years ago can still feel so relevant today.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, Nephi, he comes right out and says how much he loves Isaiah's words.
Right from the start, yeah.
In verse 2, he talks about how much he delights in Isaiah's words. And you want to know why?
Lay it on me.
Isaiah saw the Redeemer, just like Nephi and his brother Jacob did.
And it's like he's emphasizing this whole idea of multiple witnesses to truth.
Exactly.
I mean, we see it again in verse 3. It's almost like he's saying, look, I've seen the Redeemer.
Yeah.
My brother Jacob has seen him. Isaiah saw him. We're all in this together. You know, it's like building a solid foundation for his message and his people.
Oh, it's crucial, especially for something as significant as the coming of Christ.
Oh, for sure.
It reminds me of that scripture about God establishing his word through the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses.
I love that. And what really gets me is how Nephi ties everything back to Christ.
Everything.
Even the law of Moses.
Yeah.
You know? He says in verse 4, all things which have been given of God from the beginning of the world unto man are the typifying of him. It's like he's saying the entire story of humanity, everything God has done points to Christ.
It's a whole new way of looking at things, isn't it?
Totally.
It's not just seeing Christ as a figure in a story, but as the central point, the whole reason for creation.
Exactly. It encourages us to look for him, to see how he's woven into our own lives.
Yeah.
And it's not just about laws and prophecies.
Right.
Verse 5, Nephi talks about how much joy he finds in God's plan of deliverance from death and hell. Mm-hmm. He delights in God's grace, justice, power, and mercy. It's a beautiful reminder that faith is more than just following rules.
Oh, absolutely.
It's about experiencing the fullness of God's love.
Yeah, recognizing those divine attributes in our own lives, how they lift us and guide us.
Absolutely. And then he just comes right out and says it in verse 6.
Let's hear it.
He says, my soul delighteth in proving unto my people the truth of the coming of Christ. For this end hath the law of Moses been given. And all things which have been given of God from the beginning of the world unto man are the typifying of him. I mean, he wants his people to know that without Christ, there is no hope.
And he doesn't stop there, does he? Verse 7, for if there be no Christ, there be no God. And if there be no God, we are not, for there could have been no creation. Whoa.
Right. It's a pretty powerful statement. He really emphasizes the importance of Christ to our existence.
Our very existence.
And then verse 8, he hits us with the fact that this message isn't just for the select few.
Right.
He says that the words of Isaiah, the ones that testify of Christ, are for all men. It's a message of hope and redemption that goes beyond any boundaries.
That's the power of Scripture. It speaks across time and cultures. It offers wisdom and guidance for anyone who's looking for it.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed this look at 2 Nephi, chapter 11. Please follow our podcast and subscribe for more.
We'd love to have you back.
See you next time.
See ya.